Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Divine grace is confirmed Acharya Jagat Guru A.C. Bhakti Dhira Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Pariva Jagatacharya Astottara Siddhasimali Divine grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki Nandi Guru Vaishnava ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem for Sri Krishna Chaitanya from Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasant Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Shyam Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan ki jai. Mathura Dham ki jai. Navadvip Dham ki jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Yamuna Mai ki jai, Ganges Mai ki jai, Tulasi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Samavika Bhakti Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna, Om Gyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaktulam Milichandana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayambhupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Bandiham Shri Gurun Shri Yuta Padakam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sakalitamscha. Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tata Kanchana Gurangi Adi Vrindavanishwari Brisabhana Sati Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatari Vyascha Kritasuni Vacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavyo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki reading from Srila Prabhupada Lilamrta. Let there be a temple, part 1. Bombay, November 1971. For a year, the devotees had been living at the Akashi Ganga address, 2 apartments on the 7th floor of a building in the heart of Bombay. But Prabhupada was not satisfied with this. He wanted the land in Bombay to build on and to expand. He has determined, instead of his usual morning walk, he would take long rides in his car to observe various parts of the city. Because many of the ISKCON life members live in aristocratic Mayapura Hill, Prabhupada disciples thought it a good place, Mayapura Hill. Prabhupada's disciples thought it a good place for a temple. On several occasions, Prabhupada rode to the top of Mayapura Hill and walked around various properties, considering certain large buildings as possible temples, but for one reason or another, he judged them all unacceptable. Then, in November, a Mr. M offered to sell ISKCON 5 acres in Juhu, particularly on the shore of the Arabian Sea. As soon as Srila Prabhupada approached the land, he remembered having seen and considered it years before. In August of 1965, during the weeks just before he had left for America, he had been staying at the Scindia colony. In the evenings, he had gone to the home of Scindia Steamship Company owner, Mrs. Sumati Moralji in Juhu, where he had read and explained Srimad Bhagavatam for her and her guests. Several times he had passed this very property and I had thought what a good location it would be for an ashram and a Radha Krishna temple. Although his attention had been absorbed in the task of leaving India, he had still considered the Juhu land. Now he was again in Juhu, reconsidering the same land he had noticed years before. He took it as a reminder from Krishna. The land was overgrown with tall grasses and bushes, and had many coconut palms stood throughout. In the back of the property, were several tenement buildings. The land bordered on Juhu Road, the main traffic artery, back to Bombay, 18 miles to the south. A broad expanse of beach on the Arabian Sea was a brief walk away. The location was good, peaceful, yet not remote. Several five-star hotels bordered the nearby beach, and developers were beginning work on other hotels and apartment buildings. When Prabhupada walked along the beach, he liked even more the idea of buying the land. Rich men had weekend homes on the beach, and thousands of Bombayers would be out enjoying the beach on Sundays. Daily, hundreds of Juhu residents used the long, broad seashore for morning walks before going to work. Almost always people were strolling or gathering here, and yet the beach was clean. The mild waves and open skies were inviting. The local was ideal not only for hotel but for a Krishna conscious center. Prabhupada wanted the Juhu land, and although his disciples continued to show him houses in Malabar Hill, he didn't change his mind. His disciple wanted whatever he wanted, yet they had trouble developing enthusiasm for a property so far from the city and with no available housing or temple facility. Mr. N, the owner of the 5-acre plot, had set a reasonable price and seemed friendly and sincere. Yet, risks were involved in such transactions, and in this case, Prabhupada even found reasons for suspicion. Through his lawyer, he learned that Mr. N had previously entered into an agreement to sell the same land to the C Company, but had later cancelled the agreement. The C Company had then filed suit against Mr. N for breach of contract. If the Bombay High Court decided in the C Company, if the Bombay High Court decided in the C Company's favor, the land would be awarded to them. When Prabhupada's secretary questioned Mr. N about this entanglement, Mr. N assured him the C Company could not win the suit, but that in any case, ISKCON could withhold a certain portion of their payment until the litigation with C was settled. Mr. N was a well-known figure in Bombay, formerly the Sheriff of Bombay and honorary judicial police position. He was now Sorry. Mr. N was a well-known figure in Bombay, formerly the Sheriff of Bombay, and an honorary judicial police position. He was now publisher, editor of one of the largest daily English newspapers in Bombay. He was wealthy, owning several properties in Juhu and Bombay, and influential, not a man one will want to oppose. To purchase the Juhu land under the present circumstances requires boldness, which Prabhupada is number one. Bold and submissive. In late December, Prabhupada met with Mr. N and Mrs. N, openly expressing his appreciation of the Juhu land, yet admitting he had very little money. Mr. N, however, seemed inclined towards Prabhupada and said he wanted to sell him the property. Quickly, they reached a verbal agreement. Prabhupada and Mr. N agreed on a down payment of 200,000 rupees. After making the down payment, ISKCON would immediately receive the conveyance. ISKCON will pay the remaining balance of 1.4 rupees later in regular installment. Prabhupada negotiated further regarding the down payment, offering to pay 50,000 rupees now and 50 later, at which time ISKCON would be allowed to move onto the land. As soon as they pay the remaining 100 rupees, the down payment would be complete, and Mr. N will give them the deed. Mr. N agreed. So the Prabhupada was always one to think carefully over such business transactions. He had said that if a businessman tells you, "Sir, for you I am making no profit," you should know he is lying. Therefore, even in ISKCON's early days in New York City, when a real estate shark had posed as a well-wisher of the devotees, Prabhupada had been suspicious. He had in fact cheated the devotees, despite Prabhupada's warnings to them. Now, as then, Prabhupada was suspicious, but he wanted the Juhu land and would take the risk. While devotees around the world delighted to hear Prabhupada's plan for a Bombay center, devotees in Bombay had mixed feelings. To envision a temple rising from what was little more than a jungle tract was not easy. Nor was it easy to envision the 5-star ISKCON hotel Prabhupada spoke of. The tenement buildings in the rear of the land were carefully occupied. And according to Indian law, the tenant could not be removed. If the devotees onto the land. They will have to erect temporary housing, maybe even a temporary temple. And the land was mosquito-ridden and teeming with rats. Juhu was a small, almost isolated neighborhood without wealthy ISKCON supporters. Although Prabhupada and land speculators predicted that Juhu would grow, at present it was only a village about 2,000. To reside at Juhu would be a drastic contrast to the comfortable Akash Ganga building in downtown Bombay. Tamil Krishna explained to Prabhupada, we are Westerners. We cannot live like this. We need doorknobs and running water. Don't you want to become purified? Prabhupada replied. One day Bombay devotees learned of Srila Prabhupada's response to Tamil Krishna the word, don't you want to become purified? Went deep into their hearts. They knew that Prabhupada was asking them to become more austere, and that it was for their ultimate benefit. They were already, yeah, and you're repeating it again. Anyway, still sweet. They began to regard moving to Jew as a formidable spiritual challenge rather than a drudgery. Developing the Juhu property was important to their spiritual master, and it was something greater and more wonderful than they at present realized. That is the point. That is the point. Yes, that is the point. And Prabhupada is a leader who has vision. He sees the tomorrow, today. Today he can see tomorrow. So his arrangement is always perfect. Following such a person will never make mistake. Even though in the beginning it looked difficult, but the end nectar, which is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, that which looked like poison in the beginning, but nectar at the end is and goodness. It is poison, scorpions and mosquitoes, thick bushes, no comfort, because it's poison. The 5-star is at the end, which is nectar, which is now is a 5-star. Nobody will see mosquitoes and scorpions and the rat, and as it was seen that time. Now it is not there. So Prabhupada will not see the present alone, he was seeing the future. Responsible disciples, even they didn't like it, they followed, because this is what the spiritual master wanted. They followed and they became purified. As Prabhupada established, don't you want to become purified? I'm establishing a process of purification for you. Don't you want to take it? Yes, you are ready, Prabhupada. That is them. And they succeeded. What about us? What about us? Is the same attitude, the same mood, the same answer? What about us?
make it.
They didn't just say like that, they moved in there. They moved in there, they don't just say it. As soon as they discover this is what the spiritual master wanted, against their own comfort, they sacrifice their comfort and move in there. That is the price to be paid by a disciple for spiritual master's mercy. If you want to get promotion, that's the price. If you want promotion. See? They knew that Prabhupada was asking them to become more austere and that it was for their ultimate benefit. They began to regard moving to Jew as a formidable spiritual challenge rather than a drudgery. Developing the Jew property was important to their spiritual master, and it was something greater and more wonderful than they at present realized. So they moved in there, and now 5-star is fully manifest. A disciple. A disciple in a real sense. They took it seriously. Although Prabhupada was making all the managerial decisions, he wanted the GVC secretaries to take on the responsibility for these practical affairs. He thought it better to use his energy in writing and translating books. If you, GVC, do everything nicely, he told his secretary Shyama Sundar, then my brain will not be tasked, and I can utilize my time completely to produce further books. I can give you Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, and so many. There are so many devotional works in our line by the Goswamis. This administrative work is taking too much time. I could be discussing philosophy. Why Prabhupada want to give us the Goswami's books? What's he giving? He wants us to read them. Why he gave native instruction, native devotion? He wants us to enjoy it. Prabhupada was not afraid. He was not thinking otherwise by giving us the Goswami's books. He was not thinking otherwise. He knew we needed them. We need them. And he was ready and he was giving. He had been giving. And he's continuing to give because some of his disciples are giving them, that bringing them based on his request. So Prabhupada wants the disciples to become mature, become responsible, to understand the desire of the spiritual master and working towards that is our strength to become successful in Krishna consciousness. Working otherwise will make us redundant, impotent, ineffective. Only philosophy, no realization. So that we are saying, big philosophy, big Kirtan Melas, big projects, Is our bhakti becoming big also like that? Our bhakti is becoming big. If the bhakti becoming big, we'll be appreciating each other deeply from the heart. Appreciating each other from the heart deeply. We will value each other. In an environment where this principle is upheld, it is Vaikuntha atmosphere. Everybody will feel that Vaikuntha experience. You feel it. That is it. My brain is being touched day and night. Because of this, I am neglecting my real work. Aside from directly managing the Indian project, Prabhupada was answering as many as a dozen letters daily from devotees around the world. Why do they keep writing, asking so many questions? He asked his secretary. The devotees prefer to ask you personally, Shama Sundar said, because their GBC men don't always know the right answer. They know everything by now, Professor replied. I have given you everything. If you don't know the answer, they can find it in my books. Now I am old man. Let me settle down to philosophy. All day reading letters, doing business, all night signing letters. This is not right. I want to be free from these things. The GBC can do everything now. That was 50 years ago. What are we? A bitter situation. But it wasn't possible. As soon as Prabhupada would sense that one of his devotees was being cheated, he would immediately become actively involved. And his disciples continued to write him regarding important business and managerial decisions. Nor would he discourage them. His desire for retirement and exclusive literary work remained, but it seemed to be only a wishful thought, a dream. It is one way to develop. Then there seemed little scope for his retirement. Mayapura, February 1972. Prabhupada had postponed the Mayapura cornerstone laying ceremony until God Purnima, the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya. February 29, 1972, he had requested a big festival with a pandal and free feasting for guests. His disciples from all over the world would attend. I want very much to hold this function this year with all of my students. It is a very important day and it will be a great service to Srila Bhakti Thakur and to his son, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So please arrange for this program. Arrange for this program. Yes. This is proper interest. When inspecting the living accommodation for the devotees, Prabhupada found spacious white canvas tents, one for the men and one for the women. With fluorescent lighting inside, a large pandal tent stood in the center of the other tent, and a small tent in the rear served as a kitchen. Immediately surrounding the small compound with rice fields. The ground, therefore, was slightly moist, and the wet fields bred large mosquitoes, which emerged at sunset. It was terrible. The first time I went, 1997, it's like bees covering you. The mosquitoes like bees covering you. One morning, when I went to Prabhupada just see my body. The whole of his body from head to toe. Terrible to look, mosquito bite. He didn't use mosquito net. He became a heavy feast for the mosquitoes. They feasted on him. He was sick. He showed me body, Prabhupada, see my body. I was very fortunate. One devotee gave me the net. Because I arrived there very late. I arrived there late in the morning. 1 a.m. Very tired, all that exhausted. So they gave me a net. I entered the net. That was my security. So when he was showing me the body, I was appreciating the devotee who gave me. I said, it would have been my own problem also like this. The first day coming to holy places, they welcome to Mayapura. Peace for mosquitoes and malaria. It's really heavy. Now it's not much like that. It's not much like that. And then when they came to Vrindavan, it was flies. The same thing. Flies cover you from head to toe. It was very irritating, but because it's Vrindavan, yes, what to do? Vrindavan is different. One has to close the eyes to that. Close the eyes to that. Open the eye to. If you don't close your eyes to that side and look, open the eye to what brought you there and what that place meant for, you missed it. That's the secret. And the secret depends on what is your interest in Krishna consciousness. So that was our security. Conditions were primitive. But many of these devotees were the same disciples who had traveled for a year and a half in India, sometimes living in dirty dharmashalas with bare rooms, and sometimes living in cold tents. The devotees had not come to Mayapura to be comfortable, but to serve Prabhupada. That is the point. In future years, by the result of their effort, many devotees will be able to gather comfortably in Mayapur and the spacious buildings Prabhupada was planning, which is happening now. And you go, there's mansions everywhere, marble, courtyard, marble, building, marble, toilet, everything is marble. no tiles. Everywhere is marble. Yes. So the sacrifice they made is what we are enjoying now. What sacrifice are we making for others to enjoy also? Which one? If you don't think about that, means we have not started yet. If you are not thinking like this, means we have not started Krishna consciousness yet. Well aware that Westerners were unaccustomed to the austerities of living in India, Prabhupada wanted to provide facilities so his disciples could feel comfortable and be able to focus their stay in India on spiritual life without distracting inconveniences. Prabhupada's dwelling was a simple thatched Bengali hut about 12 feet square with a dirt floor. A thin partition divided the main room from the servants' quarters. In front was a small veranda, and in back a garden where Prabhupada could sit and take massage. Also in back were a hand pump for bathing and an outside. When the devotees apologized for offering Prabhupada such a humble residence, he replied that he liked the natural simplicity. Even if you build me the biggest palace, he said, still I would prefer to live here. So special. He gives Prabhupada the big mansion. Give him Vaikunta, he is comfortable. Give him a forest, he is comfortable. Give him a tree, he is comfortable. Any condition he put in, he is comfortable. Why? Where he is, Krishna is there. Where he is, Krishna is there. So what else is missing? Nothing. Nothing. While living so simply in Mayapura, Prabhupada spoke of his vision of a grand project yet to come. Although the deities of Radha Madhava were installed in the tent, he spoke of a marble palace. He also spoke of first-class accommodations for guests and devotees. Although as yet he had little to offer, there is no money. There's no money. I'm talking about big project, no money. For him, there is always money. It is we are not saying. For him, everything is there. Krishna is there. So Lakshmi Devi is there. What is missing? We didn't see, but he always sing. Therefore, he's comfortable, he's relaxed, he's free, no tension. Anxiety means we are not the owner of uncertainty. We are not the owner. But Krishna is the owner of uncertainty. What is uncertainty? We don't know. But Prabhupada and Krishna knows. Therefore, there's no uncertainty for them. They are always comfortable. Living simply and happily in his thatched hut, he gathered his disciples together and told them of his plans. At his request, devotees had built a small model of the proposed major building, and there were also drawings of the proposed temple of human understanding. He wanted to build a Mayapura city, he said, with quarters for each of the 4 social classes of the Varnashram institution. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yes. He has vision and plan everything. Now the city is established. The city is established. Now you go to his Mayapura city. It's a city. The capital is the TOBP, which is out of this world. Everywhere. Every single moment, new buildings. Every single moment, new buildings are coming. New building. Every single moment. Here. Every single moment, new buildings are coming. And as new buildings are coming, people are coming. There is no scarcity. In fact, it's not enough. That the city of devotee Prabhupada has created. A city in Mayapura. The 5-day Gaura Purnima festival featured 24-hour kirtan with groups of devotees chanting in 2-hour shift. Each morning, main body of devotees will form a kirtan procession and go out visiting Navadvip's holy site. The neem tree under which Lord Chaitanya was born, the house of Srivastacharya, where Lord Chaitanya and his associates had performed nocturnal kirtan. The spot where the Kazi had tried to stop Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan. The residence of Bhakti Thakura. Often Bhakti Thakura had stood in front of this house. Prabhupada told the devotees and looked out across the Jalangi towards where Prabhupada now had his land. Throughout the day, and especially in the evenings, the devotees will gather on the stage of the orange-striped pandal, while Radha Madhava stood at stage center within a traditional Bengali simhasana of carved banana stalls, covered with a colored foil and flower garlands. Prabhupada will have his disciples do most of the public speaking, with the Dhira Swami lecturing in Bengali as the main speaker. Hundreds of people came and went in a steady stream, and the devotees distributed Bengali, English, and Hindi Back to Godhead magazines. In the evenings, they would present a slideshow of him. Prabhupada was especially pleased to watch the prasadam distribution from his window. Hundreds of villagers sitting in long rows, eating khichdi from round leaf plates. Continue this forever, Prabhupada told his disciples. Always distribute prasadam. Always distribute prasadam. Continue this forever. Even without a building, Prabhupada's preaching in Mayapura was significant, while other nearby matters were also observing Gaura Purnima, mostly by hosting Calcutta widows who paid a fee to live a few days in his temple and visit the holy places of Navadvip. Prabhupada's Pandal program was the most vigorous celebration and drew the most visitors. The birthplace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada said, had no meaning without preaching, except for this time of year. Very few people visit Mayapura. Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna.
Alright, I have one question, Maharaj. Maharaj, you see, first of all, I want to say thank you.
Hare Krishna.
You know, the disciples that Prabhupada has brought to Bombay, they have already been with Prabhupada for long.
Yes.
Prabhupada see them, he will be able to handle, that's why I brought them. Well, we understand that they still have this distinction, in spite of being with Prabhupada. We are Westerner, we are unable to say, these things. So it means that this distinction is very, upon one.
Krishna consciousness is a very unique, dynamic, and powerful process. It cannot be imitated. It cannot. It has to come out naturally. Being the spiritual master has a mission. He has a target. And he goes about it, encouraging people, encouraging, pushing. It is left for us to accept that push. If we don't accept it, we cannot just become artificially pure. Yes, so we have seen Prabhupada pushed. He pushed. If we accept it, it will transcend the body, which is his main purpose, to help us transcend. Don't you want to become purified? Purified from what? All these designations, anaratas, anaratupasanam, sakshat bhakti, yoga madhukya. To transcend this. So yes, after so many years, these things are still there. It means we didn't take the medicine properly. It is one thing to have a good doctor, to have a good medicine, to know how to apply it perfectly. The another thing is you should also have a patient who can take it as it is. Then the combination becomes potent and powerful. Otherwise, it will not work. That is the situation. Yes, sir.
Krishna, please guide me. What inhibiting me from developing a born desire in your service like Srila Prabhupada said? Tonight.
What is?
Inhibiting.
What's this? Demarcating.
What is stopping me from, a simple language,
Yes.
what is stopping me from what?
Because of having some desire to serve you, I start. But because of desire being weak, I am not able to give myself till the end.
So what is stopping us from coming up? Why? What is stopping me? The desire is not strong. How do you feel if you are very, very hungry? How do you feel? How do you feel? 10%. You want everybody to come late, is it not? Yeah, you want everybody to come late, so you fill their belly before everybody comes. And if you're not so hungry, what happens?
Come at any time you want.
Yes. So our appetite for Christian consciousness is not strong. Our taste, Maha Prasade Govinde, Namo Brahmanya, Vaishnava, Swarpa Punya. That is the problem. What is the problem? Alpa Punya. Our piety is very, very small, meager, very small. A person who has insufficient piety will not be attracted to Krishna, to Krishna's name, Christian president, Christian devotees. Attraction will be less. Alpa Punya. It can be magnified if we are fortunate to meet the pure devotee, but still, after meeting a pure devotee, our appetite is still good because Dhira misfortune. Durudaya. Bhaktivinoda Thakur divided this one word, he divided into 4 and subdivisions. First divided into 4. Tattva vi Brahma. Tattva vi Brahma. Asat Trishna. Asat Trishna. Hirda Durbalya. Aparada. Is that it? Did I get it correct? I've not spoken about it for a long time, so it's disappeared. But at least I remember. Tattva vi Brahma. Then Asat Trishna. Yeah, Asat Trishna. Asat Trishna. I think so. Rita Durabalya. I'll check again. Aparada. This is a problem. That's a problem. So we need to step up. We need to step up. To sincerely pray, we should really pray to Krishna, we should pray seriously to Krishna, we should pray to our acharyas, to spiritual masters, we should pray. If we pray very nicely, seriously, and then with that prayer, they will be very, very happy, very happy with us, and follow all the sadhana nicely. Programs attentively. Program attentively. Damodara Prabhu is always doing a program. This is very good. If we can, this is how we make our money. This is how we get the message. It's always the Monday afternoon, evening program. It's always there. This is the easiest way to make it. Taking full advantage. Those who are hanging outside during the program, cheating yourself. The Acharya who is going to make a plan, we should be here. You're having a program which is not allowing you to be here. You might have Kali has taken away your chance. Don't allow anything to keep you out of the program. If you're not here, what are you doing? Are you reading? Are you giving class? Are you chanting? What are you doing?
Own business.
Which business?
Own business.
Yeah, that is Maya. That business is Maya. You should be here. Don't do anything during program time. Program time is here. So the Prabhupada knows that those things are there before he gave the time. We didn't ask him to arrange these things. He arranged all of them because he knows this is the medicine we need. Let us be here. It is this that fortune will be created. Prabhupada already created the fortune by bringing us here. Let us maximize this fortune by following everything. Be here in all the programs. For those who are in the temple, for those who are not inside the temple, yes.
But at this day, the phone, I said for business, these days, see, even you see blood devotees, the phone business, engaging with the phone, it seems to give you more bliss and spiritual bliss.
Engaging in the phone is Kali.
Yeah, but it's not been seen like that, this
Yes.
kind of illusion.
We will not see, but that is Kali. We should hear from those who can see. That is Kali. It's not Bhakti. It is Kali. It's not Bhakti. That is Kali. Those who are doing that will not see. So let us hear from those who are not doing. Then you can see. We should see through the eyes of those who can see. That is the process. You should see through the eyes of those who can see. Otherwise, we are cheating ourselves. Don't worry. Just continue. When we are going to meet Yamanas, I will not be there. We are going to go individually to meet him. I can tell Yamaraj that, no, Maharaj, cell phone. Yes, I was suffering the net. Very good. This way. This way is for those who were busy with cell phone. This is the cell phone side. This one is for Bhakti, for Bhaktas. When we are being reminded to do the right thing, everybody will be laughing as I'm not part of it. He's talking to them. Yes? He's talking to them.
I want you to tell me this one is what I thought. It's everybody is just engaging in phone business. He said, if you look at me, he said, this is my phone, very small phone. So use the phone and use. But I think, come on, renounce the temple.
That is a problem. So anyway, it's up to now. I want to stop. It's important for us to maximize the fortune Prabhupada has given to us. Let us maximize.